Hey guys, Jack Cuddy here. I'm still playing Rise of Kingdoms. We are well, let's look at our VIP level here. We are in day 15 days consecutively played, which again, we were trying to beat our record, or not our record, like the baseline of I think 25 days to get to Town Hall 17. So maybe in this video or the next one, I'm going to calculate my total hours played, but since this is 15 days and I've did a rough calculation of how many hours I played prior. This game is more or less of a time sink, but it is a fun game, I have to admit, and that's why maybe I just found myself recording these videos. But I think after 50 hours or 50 whatever, how many hours I could track that. I'll show you how at a different point, but we are close. You see, I need a level 16 hospital and all these resources. About 1 million additional corn, 1 million additional wood, and not too much of the rock or the stone. I have a couple people getting some corn right now, but I don't think that matters at the moment because I've saved up. I played for the first week and I had not used like a single item, and I follow like the Reddit beer money guide of like going to level 17. So I did save up my boost and kind of held on to them till the end, and I think I have enough to finish, and that's why I wanted to create this video, because hopefully this all adds up. I'm just spitballing it here, so I'm gonna see if I can join this war. Why not?
Le titre de roi n'est pas important.
Cool. But during the 15 days, we've increased our power to 850,000. Now, I'm not saying that this is supposed to be like a massive run or anything, but when you play this game and you try to level up, like, it does require you to be actively engaged in it, which is good because, you know, most games you want to be engaged, you want to have fun. And for a style that's kind of, I don't know, just like I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's strategy risk style, but you just, like, you can be a part of an alliance, you can grow your own alliance, you can do your own thing. I mean, it truly is open world or open kingdom. And you know, I found myself enjoying this game a little bit too much, despite the fact that this was initially meant to be a Swagbucks offer. That's why I was trying to quote-unquote speed run. But the amount of elements in this game and kind of how the game dynamics change does make me want to play a little bit more, but I won't. At least as much as I intend to. So at least I'm going to be more of like a farmer, because spending multiple hours a game or an hour a day on this game when I have a different goal in mind doesn't make too much sense. But it is a fun game. So sorry if I'm just moving around. But I do think I can expedite this hospital here, and it's going to cost me 1 3-hour speed up, and I haven't used that yet because normally whenever I set up and actually I'm going to lower this volume because I don't know how loud, I never know how loud this is, but maybe I'll just take a step back and see if I can change that right now. And let's go to, wait, I can have a very high frame rate? Wow, I never actually looked at this. Well, I like most of the, well, the We're Frenzy one is a little bit much, but no, that's fine. I don't mind most of the notifications out of the gate because they felt very intuitive, so I'm not going to complain, especially if you're trying to learn how to play the game. And the early strategy that you'd want to take is to try to level up as fast as you can and try to become strong. I mean, that's kind of like most games, but since it's open world, you kind of get to define what you want to do, and that's if you want to learn more about the land, or if you want to lead, if you want to become the strongest or whatever, you can go ahead and do that. If you're doing it free to play, it's going to be a lot harder because it's going to require more time and energy. But I do think if you get in this game early, you can probably be off to a decent start without spending money. And I've seen videos on YouTube in which they talk about mid game, which is like level 17 or City Hall 17 plus, and then there's late game, which means, you know, that's a lot of time dedicated towards playing it. And I think about the games I play, and I like TFT, and I like just playing that. But I do like the competitive aspect of this game more so than TFT. But I like TFT strategies. So, you know, I come to have a better appreciation for this game. Like, I've seen it advertised, and it was cool that Swagbucks, or I think Free Cash, one of them. Hopefully they pay. I wish I could say I am a paid sponsor, but I don't want to say I wish I am. I am. It's like a weird nuance where I'm still seeing if I get paid for those offers, but whatever. I just wanted to at least let anyone know who's listening that this game was actually pretty cool. And depending on the alliance you have and the amount of people that keep playing, because I'm noticing even now, like I think I can upgrade everything else, but even now, like, it seemed like it was madness when I first played. Like, they would throw you into a kingdom. Like, that's this big. And I haven't even looked through all of it. And it's been quote unquote 2 weeks, right? Like, if you're just playing a game and you're trying to beat the game, you know, I think, or have fun in most games, whatever your intent is. Like, this one, like, that's kind of the point of playing, which I guess I get why they want you to play up to level 17 or City Hall 17. Because I've already been involved in like 2 or 3 wars, and you actually have to have alliance members that help you get to City Hall 17. And, you know, other people are going to be playing, so if you don't want to play it anymore, you know, someone's going to take your spot. But I think the cool thing is, like, it's just, I don't know, I get the sense that you can either join or play anytime and grow, because you're either going to be a part of like something here, like in an alliance, if that's your thing, or you can probably start off in a new kingdom and start fresh and kind of see where you can go. So I think it's a good I say it's a good one-off game in which, if you want to dedicate like a focus on winning, I think this is pretty cool, especially if you want to try to make it like a free-to-play kind of thing. I still am thinking whether or not I have enough to get there, because I just, after like level 16 or 15, I've kind of just focused strictly on upgrading my town hall. So I would strictly just go to town hall, hit my upgrade sign, and then I'd go to the nearest thing that I'd upgrade. Only because that at that point I was pretty much, or I still am, trying to play maximum resources that I use right before, and not really wasting anything before I get to City Hall 17. Not to say that I'm going to probably blow everything that I saved up for, but it's just always good to have rations. Regardless. Okay. The hospital. So we're going to speed this up right now. We have 3 hours, and we're going to do what everyone says not to. And that's use up gems. But the name of the game for the gems here is to get to 17. So let's do that. So we only need an hour. And we're going to try to use the minimum amount of gems that we have available. So we need an hour and 45 minutes. So about 120. 2 hours. That's pretty much the best I can get. Yeah. So I have to do this twice. I know that's terrible cost efficiency. Yes, thanks for reminding me. I'm well aware of that, and I appreciate you updating me on that. Put the name of the game in there. Is to afford the rest. So I either need 9k to instantly go to Town Hall 17. This is a 3-day update, which is kind of weird. But not weird because I have a 7-day pass. And I was waiting to use it. But I only need 3.2 million on these items. So I can wait, and I need a second builder, so luckily I saved 150. And they give you the gems pretty easily too. So we're going to hit upgrade. And we're not going to spend all of our money. We're going to spend what we have left here. And this is what I call the cash out. Like, we're expunging all of our resources into something that 2,300, screw that. 500,000 though. Man, that's pretty bad punishment, actually. So I can, in theory, cash out too, right? Like, I can just use all my gems and get it. But that just still seems a lot. Like, I save up so much. The value of the gem is worth a lot more than what I've, like, than what I've initially anticipated. Because I know some people will just say, like, you just use all of your stuff out of the gate and then you kind of be depleted and you're playing to that. But for me, I'd like to actually have some stock. So, like, when I think about playing, if I were to play this again and starting from scratch, like, I don't think I would change too much, but I would have a better understanding of the game and its mechanics. Like I would probably focus more on, like, growing the guild and whatnot, and just having, like, one, or have, like, one major commander. And you see I have, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, but, like, a lot of people who are really strong in the game have, like, one level 40 or one level, like, 45. So they gotta grind with that guy, like, their main dude. And I guess this is one of the most badasses. Sun Tzu. So yeah, he kicks a lot of ass. So I've been trying to grow him up, but we'll see if he ends up one day. But look at that, it still needs more. So I'm gonna go through all my items and see if there's anything else. I got 10 of these resource packs. That should cushion the blow a little bit. So I have enough in that. It's like the worst time for me to, I anticipated if I was going to use all of my gems, and the thing is, I am feeling gun shy now. Like, I can literally pay it off, but I saved them up so much. But the whole point of me saving it up is for me to use it, right? I need like 500,000 and then some. I can give up 825 for 500,000. This premium dough I'm giving up is brutal. So I'm going to actually call back. If I'm cashing out now, this is like the best time for me to actually upgrade, because then I'm not paying as many gems. Which I'm an idiot for, not realizing that sooner. But see, that's me getting too focused. My eyes were too close to the prize. But I followed the strict rules for about 14 days. So I think that's pretty good to get a day 15, like, level 17 town hall payoff. And if I think I still have gems here, if I really wanted to continue to play moving forward, then I can start utilizing my gems, or just, like, kind of just use my current resources to level up at my own pace. That would also be a good plan. Look at that. We're thinking in real time here. So we're only at 7.1k instant away. No, I'm not buying that. But now I think this is more palpable, right? Did everyone come?
Los. Wir werden unser
We're gonna wait for her while we're waiting for her. Always make sure to help your alliance members when you do that. Like, this game is like a snowball effect, because I think the amount of time I dedicated in this game, like, I think most people would actually say that's going to be around the time, like, that's going to be involved to you to get to level 17 City Hall. The problem is that I did it in 15 days, so I dedicated more time than I was anticipating. And I do think if I took more of a slower pace, it would actually be much slower. Like, if I don't know, I don't want to say much slower, but with the nature of the game, and you actually have to be in an alliance and kind of, you have to be involved, a slower pace, it will just, I think that same time would actually, I take it back, I think using that same amount of time for me to get through 15 levels, like, spread out over 25 days, I think it's going to be almost equal. The only exception with that is the element of war, and things change. Like, this isn't a static game. Like, it's based off of what other players want to do. So you have to account for that. And if and whenever that happens to you, that's going to be the point where your game style changes. Or, I want to say your game style changes, but you want to have a different focus. And that's, I don't think that's what has been talked about in a couple of these guides. Is like, depending on the alliance and what you want to get out of it. It matters. So, that said, I'm just getting my updated numbers. All right, cool. So, we actually got our wood amount, which is great. So now, there's no way in hell we need to pay 600k. It's for another 500k, it's 600. You know, sorry, 825 gems. See, we have enough, right? 3-day upgrade. That's a big boy upgrade. So, the importance of using your help right away. I saw this mentioned in a different YouTube video. I forget which one. There's a couple beginner ones that talk more about this, like beginner strategies of growth. And I think that one of the nuances they said is like always get the help. And the biggest reason why is that you see here after one help, after like a 3-day build, cuts off 55 minutes. So one of the strategies that I did is to maximize like time saved. Like the name of the game is just to grow as fast as you can and utilize your resources to where you're not screwing yourself over on the short term or long term, depending on where your goal's at. So right now I'm just focused on, well, for me it's just getting to level 17. Like that's just my big thing. Once I get to level 17, I will focus on just getting more resources, helping out here, but my time will be, I won't be as dedicated with my time, but I still want to play and help. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't even know when I'm going to release this actually, the more I think about it. Because, I mean, if I continue this series, I really don't want to end this until I'm actually done playing. So that's something that's kind of weird now that I think about it. But I do, like I said, I did have a specific plan to get to level 17 with the amount of gems and using most of it. And we still have stuff saved left over, but I think we're just so close. Because I can use that 7-day speed up, but I know it's supposed to be used for like City Hall 18. So I'm looking for a 3-day speed up, right? That's 4,400 gems. We can afford that. Or I can use the 7, and I know that's going to bite me in the butt if I don't. I'm going to purchase and use this because I think that's the reason why I saved it. Boom. I got 15 hours left, right? Let's see what else I can use here. Let's just cash out all of our gems. Or at least the 10s. I feel a lot better that it feels like it's replenished, you know? I know people say you gotta save up all your gems or whatever, but at this point, we're crossing into a new bridge. It's just City Hall 17. We rushed for 17, and now hopefully we get to recover our resources over this time at the cost of these gems. But that's the price, I think. That's the price, that's the play. Look at that, 15 hours, 4,000. So with 10 minutes left, I guess. I shouldn't say I guess, but with 10 minutes left, I'll kind of just tell you what I've been doing on the day-to-day for this game. Because most of the game when you start out with a single barrack, I believe, and a few town hall items. And you're spending so much time upgrading. Eventually you'll see in your screen, like you see this little help all members little modal thing that popped up. You'll just see a bunch of people just creating their own alliances, like trying to start their own thing. And there's a lot that goes on into running an alliance. And I can't say I wish, but if I had the energy to master alliance creations or whatnot, I would tell you how it goes. But the gist of it is, once you're in an alliance, you have the ability to build flags, build a fortress, and gather resource points, which I did not use here, so I'm going to claim that because that should help with my resourcing. I should have used that earlier. That would have saved me some gems. So 8 more minutes. Cool. Sorry, I'm just pretty excited because I actually did not expect for me to have like 8 minutes left and still have 8,000 gems, despite me cashing out all of my gems. Let's see. So yeah, I didn't spend a single dime on this. And it was just free to play. So like I said, this is my current resources amount. My day over day, like I said, just spend time and generally training these guys. But I've mainly been using these, like the level 1s, for collecting, just collecting resources, like, I don't know, like this corn, for example. Cropland. I know it's called cropland, but I just wanted to call it corn. And we got some wood. Same thing. You got areas for wood. And then your dispatch troops. You know, I have been using my bonuses, which give me like 50% gathering speed. Which again, I saved until later on in the game because now it's really stacking up. But I can just go in and get like, I don't know how much is my load size. Wasn't defined, but I think it's the whole thing. Like this, it's the 600,000, 630,000 I'm able to get, and I can dispatch someone else. Or at the same time, if I wanted to fight other people that were in my land, I can do that. But as this game evolved, it's kind of like in a zombie apocalypse where you're kind of thrown into the fire. As things kind of calm down, you know, you have a common enemy, which are barbarians, and then you, if you want to make friends with other people, you can do that. You don't have to. But over time, like the kingdom and kind of how you're playing with other people, like it starts getting defined more or less. So, yeah. So right now, like I said, I'm kind of just feeling, I don't mind just gathering resources and leveling up. We do want to help out once it gets stronger. But again, if I can go back and change things, I would probably make, if I could have gotten him sooner, he would have been my main focal guy. Or if I would have just stuck with either an El Cid or one of these guys and not focused on leveling up all these other dudes, just because I probably would have like a level 30 or 40 guy, which would have made like me defending myself or beating, like, say, these guys. If I were to attack them, I can press attack. That's user error. I'm trying to level up this guy, and he's got a lot of, like, a good nuke of a fireball, and this other guy I'm trying to level up because he's like a wild card. And I know there's a lot of historical references for like El Cid and Joan of Arc, so if you're actually a history buff, there is a lot of content that kind of talks about each commander and what they've done. So I just don't want to give it like a big, I don't want to be like, oh, this guy's good, but actually, you know, say for example Charles Martel, like how, you know, that gives him his whole history lesson, I should say, or talks about him historically, which is pretty cool in the element of like playing a game you can learn that, you know, if that's your jam, or this game's doing pretty awesome jobs of just I don't want to say depicting the characterizations of these guys, but it's cool and relevant. But yeah, you can see I'm just beat that. I can say hi, what's up. And the thing is, like, there's always something going on. Like, that's just literally me. I mean, we can see what's going on elsewhere if anyone else is playing, and it's in real time, which again, from a game point of view, like, even when I think of like WoW or other like MMOs, like, I would imagine there's probably like 15 to 20,000 people here. That's nuts. And depending on where you zoom in, it's just its own little world, and it's so fluid. And I'm gonna go back to my home here, so you can tell based on how I go around the map too. If you wanted to take more action in this game, the more you zoom out, you can look at markers. You can see other parts of the map. It translates for you, so depending on which one you join. Why are they still here? Don't TP, and this one's do not touch. So I don't know what he's talking about. Whatever. So that's done. So we made it. Town Hall 17. I'm almost at 900,000 power level. I don't want to say I'm strong because I don't have any strong commanders, but at least, let's see. There's nothing really super special here, but we did it. Town Hall 17. So I will still probably keep playing this game, but I will not feel like I'm as rushed as I have to, because I think that free cash offer was 25 days to get Town Hall 17, and we did it in 15. So regardless of incentivization or not, for a free-to-play version of this game, City Hall 17 in 15 days, I believe. That's when I started playing, 15 days ago. I'll create another video on the total hours, but I'm pretty sure I logged in at least 50. So take that for what it's worth. If you're playing this game for enjoyment, I'd say you're pretty much down for that. I mean, you know, it's a game that requires commitment, but it's really good. It's a fun game. Sorry, my dog is just throwing me off. But if you're just trying to complete, say, the Town Hall 17 as well, I mean, you're certainly helping for the cause, because the cause of growing and being strong, because you want to go at a relatively good pace. I don't know, I'm figuring beating it 10 days ahead of schedule. I think that's pretty good, but I just think the amount of hours it takes is going to be more so flat. So like 50 hours over 25 days, that's 2 hours a day, versus 15 days, which is like 3.5 or 4 hours a day, which was actually not the goal of doing that. I just severely underestimated the amount of time it was going to take. So hopefully in the next video, or maybe this video, whenever I'm done speaking, I will have a total overall count of hours, because unlike the other videos I did where I recorded like Board Kings and the Bunny game, or the other one, the Dice Streams, like it took me about the amount of length of those videos, that equal amount of time to edit and like make those proper corrections. And I told myself I might do 1 or 2 or more of those types of projects before I'm sick of it. And then I played this game, and there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to record 50 plus hours of gameplay, edit it, and I just don't want to go through that. But I figured maybe just sending a couple updates and kind of what I've done will hopefully make sense, or maybe I might try it again, because like I said, I do like this game. But this is certainly a game where if you like competition, this is not bad. But I don't see myself winning this game like being a number one. Anyways, sorry to get weird and philosophical. Because yeah, most of the stuff at this point in the game, like, I don't know how to explain how I got here outside of just other videos where I'm explaining it. So hopefully I will link it there and we'll have more context. But I mean, I'll link all the other videos I looked up for tips and everything else, because I knew playing this game going in blind, at least completely blind, without doing my research, it makes me think I'm not going to get that challenge, because I already failed at my Spades challenge, and I didn't put that on YouTube. So you guys aren't even seeing the stuff that I just like failed at. And no, that's not even that. That was the main one, and that's because I knew I couldn't get it done physically, like time wise, because I really wanted to play this like on my downtime, but my downtime is dwindling. So while I think the 2-year, sorry to branch off it, well, I still think my 2-year challenge of making $1 million is possible. It is. I just didn't expect this game to take so much of my energy to get to that point. But we made it to Town Hall 17. So I'm gonna check in real time. I mean, I'm only recording this on the phone, but maybe Free Cash will actually credit it right away, because that would be sick. You guys would. Holy shit, it did. All right. So in real time, I learned that I also got paid off. The Free Cash offer paid out. I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. It says I reached rank 28 on the daily leaderboard. All right. So, you know what? The grind was worth it. I feel like I have more pep in my step now, but Like I really enjoyed the game. It's just, yeah, yeah. Free Cash and I like him a lot. Maybe I'm still a little bit salty about not getting that initial like the whole bot message because I had it, but they didn't credit to me. But I still like the site overall, so I have to, give it a good go. They were not wrong. All right, so they paid out instantly at the Rise of Kingdoms. Cool. So I'll probably talk more about a couple of I don't say the tips and tricks, or at least things that I've learned, so you guys can probably either have a faster run or maybe just a more optimal run for trying to get to like level 17 in under 25 days. Which again, compared to Swagbucks, this is a much laxer deal, and I probably didn't mean to make it as insane. Anyways, that's hindsight talking, but also surprised because I have not seen this many coins from an offer in a game that I enjoyed playing. Like, I wasn't expecting this game to be good. That's all I'm gonna say. But now that I got to Town Hall 17, I still have other focuses, but at least I can restructure how I want to play this game. Like, change my style now. I'm not gonna lie, man. Worrying about that payoff. I know I'm still recording, but worrying about this payoff because I don't know. It sucks if you try to, like I said, I tried to do the spades game and I spent like I think 8 or 12 hours. It was a good game, but I knew based on the structure, like it was gonna be very tough for me to keep winning and get to like level 50 because I just don't know skill wise if I can win long term, And I didn't want that to happen here where if I was falling behind or whatever, like I just keep falling behind. But interestingly enough, like I'm only at this point in the game because, a lot of people say just do this, play this, whatever, because it requires a lot of time and energy, but you also find yourself in a real life situation here. Like you're literally playing with another person who might be on right now and he's figuring out his own stuff while we're figuring out stuff for the kingdom. I don't know. Seeing, yeah, sorry, I'm just seeing the $100. I'm gonna be cashing that out soon. So, yeah, until next time, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just very surprised. I was not expecting that.